I thought Ty had 30.
I know you said goodbye to Joe or spent some time with him knowing it was probably going to be in earlier this week. When you got up today and learned the news, when did you decide the little touches to honor him that you had today, the rolled up program and the 1-3-1 zone there?
Well, when I went to see him, he was really lucid. He was struggling to speak, but he knew what I was saying. And so, I knew, it wasn't going to be a month, but I never thought it would, and I got a call from his family last night and they told me, Mike told me that it's near. And then when I woke up this morning, I got another call that, he had passed. And right then I was like, geez, I should have prepared. But do you prepare the 1-3-1 before something happens? I don't like that karma. So I waited, and it was after the shoot around that we had this morning. But I was going to do it knowing they probably score a basket. But so what? On senior night, we put in every senior, don't care how long they can play. That's what we do. And this was a celebration for Coach Hall, the rolled up program, which I will bring out to every game this year to finish it out. And I love the video. The greatest thing in all this, he knew what people thought and how much he was appreciated and beloved before he passed. He knew. And our fans have been so great to him. And, all I can tell you is, he's a mentor and a friend to me over my 13 years. He had a radio show, and his radio show, he's a former coach. So he's evaluating stuff as a coach. How about this one? He was in my practices 4 days a week. So he knew what we were doing on a radio show, a coach with another coach, and his support and what he did to explain what we were doing. There's no question it helped. No question. And, I know going to breakfast with him at Wheeler's and lunch with him at the Methodist Church and making him pay, and him never, every time, I had to pay you. What? So, I'm just going to miss him. And I'll say this, to the very end, he smiled. He smiled. 93 good years. That's all I can say.
John Hammond, come to you.
Now, it's been a long time, almost 2 years, since you guys got to experience an environment like this in a big game in Rupp Arena. Just how did that feel, especially with the way you guys played? Did you tell me that off that a little bit?
Well, I come back to last year was a throwaway year. You can be mad. What are you talking about? I mean, you think about what it was. I feel so bad for the kids that they could not experience what Kentucky basketball is about. We still coached them and finished 8-8 in the league. We weren't, what we wanted to be, but we never got any advantage here. None. It was playing like we were playing pickup. I watched some West Coast games, and they brought back some bad memories when I saw no one in the stands. And so this is who we are. This is how we coach. This is us. Last year was a throwaway. And again, some people jumped on it. I'm fine with that. I mean, but this is what it's about. And I want these kids to experience this. That's why you come here. Our fans are the biggest part. Now, some people try to steer the fans, but at the end of the day, they're Kentucky basketball fans. You're not going to turn them off.
Ken Spencer, we'll come to you next.
John, were you aware of JV's feelings for Tennessee? And what do you think he would think about this performance today?
Well, just so you know, Eric Lindsey's feelings for Tennessee, I don't know if they're worse than Coach Hall's, but he was saying you have to win this. Like for me, and I'm like, why? Like, and again, it's hard for me because Rick Barnes and I are so close. But it was a game we wanted to win, and it's a ranked opponent. Now it's okay as you form your opinion. Is it your opinion or your hope about what we are or what we're not? And so, this team, and I told them we got a ways to go, but this was a step. And look, I thought Tennessee played well offensively. They did some good stuff, scored a lot of points, some of them at the end, but don't even take that. They still scored more than they had against other teams in our league. But we were so good offensively, passing it, extra plays. They stretched out their defense, and we're a driving, shoot floater kind of team. That's what we are. And it kind of worked in our favor.
I was going to ask you about that because of the last points you made, because Tennessee's defense was really highly rated. And you guys both have really got off to a good start shooting. Is there a momentum thing with that? Or what do you think's going on? Like Ty's made his first shot in several straight games.
I don't know. We're trying to, like, when we're playing, I literally did not look at the score until I walked off the court at halftime. I knew we were playing well. I didn't need to look up. Called the last time out just based on time. And, and then when we got it to whatever it was, 20 in the second half, I looked up. I'm more concerned with how we play. I'm trying not to make this game to game. If you do that, you torture yourself and your team. Are we getting better? Our history is that our teams play better at the end of the year. That's the history. And so is this team getting better? Are individual players getting better? That's my focus. Winning will take care of itself. We got 3 road games. It'll be hard to win any of them. So what if we really play well and you get beat? You got to move on. So proud of the guys, though.
Hey, Coach, Tennessee come down here the past 2 times and beat you on your home floor, and 3 out of the last 4 times to be your rival across the border in this type of fashion today. What does it mean to you and the team?
Have they beat us 3 of the last 4 in Rupp?
Yes.
Well, what have we done up there? I keep hearing this. Have we done okay up there? What's our record up there? Someone tell me. I don't know. I don't keep track. What's our record in their building?
You won last year.
Yeah, great. So what is it, 1-10? I mean, I don't know. But they play well here. I'm glad we won the game. Like I said, Rick and I was calling him for advice a month ago, getting a scout from him. He and I talked throughout the year. And I mean, he's a great coach. He's got those kids playing. We were really good. I think he thought they weren't as good as they should have been playing. I don't know that. He's the coach of his team. But I told him we don't play much better than we just played. Come on, Deb. We won the last 2 in Knoxville. You don't even know that? How are you going to take over for Eric and you don't even know that?
That's fair. Tim Sullivan, go ahead.
John, back to the 1-3-1. How much do you think you've used that in 13 years, and why do you identify that so strongly with Coach Hull?
I've never used it. Well, Seth Greenberg tried to talk me into using it, and we would spend hours on the phone, and then I wouldn't use it. So I've never used it as far as I can remember. But Coach Hall put that defense in, and it became one of his staples to change up the game. He used it when he coached in FIBA basketball. He put it in with different teams, and I swear to you, he hadn't been in our gym in the last maybe 2 years, but there's not a time that he didn't come in saying, I'm telling you, I can put it in one day. He said, I coached my granddaughter's 6th grade team and put it in, and we went on a win streak. He told me that. And I laughed, but that's why I did it. And that's why I just didn't want to give everybody we're going to do it. And all of a sudden they come in and throw 2 dunks and all of a, so I just, let's go. And I told the kids, if they throw it to the corner or middle, go man to man.
Tucker, we'll circle back to you. How do you feel vindicated from the basketball bennies of us who have advocated you need to take more threes and be more up into the 3-point game when you score 107 on a night when you only take 18 threes total?
I'm not going to argue with people. They have their own opinions. I'll let them be wrong. But here's what I'd say to everybody listening. I have this team every day. I'm in the gym every day. You've never been in the gym. I don't know how you could tell me exactly how you think a team can play or a player. You got to see them every day. Now, people have opinions, and it's fantasy basketball. It's the day and age, and I'm fine. But I'm not saying I've had a little bit of success doing this a certain way. I mean, I'm not saying it's the most successful, but it's been pretty successful, not only here, but at other places. And I don't like living and dying with the 3. I just don't. I like to be, if we make a bunch of them, we win big. If we don't, we win by 8. So that you can keep going and keep building.
What is unlocked this game offensively?
Well, they spread the defense and we shot layups. That's why the percentage was what it was.
John Hale, we'll come back to you.
Now, how much did tonight or today reinforce how important Xavier is to you guys? I know there was a lot to talk about playing without it the last.
Well, let me say this. Davion played good again. Now you got 4 guards and you're trying to split up time, and I'm also trying to get Bryce in there. Now I got people saying, let's play 4 5'7" guards. We can do that. We're playing Winchester High School next week. I'm telling you, we can play with small. I mean, we got 4 guards, and I got to figure out how to keep them getting better, bought into what we're doing. I thought Davion was great today. Great. I thought Xavier tried to do a little too much at times, but he's 8 for 10 from the shooting the ball. He shoots and makes shots, and you got to play him. We're a little different team.
Any other questions for Coach? You have questions for Sabir? Kyle Tucker, go ahead. Sabir, what are you? Obviously, you're going to shoot 70% most games. But what are you guys? You can play something like this offensively most nights.
You're saying what exactly? I'm sorry. You was kind of going in and out, skipping.
Sorry, just what are you? What can you guys be as a team if you can play something like this offensively most nights?
I mean, I think if we play like this most nights, we're not going to be having too many more L's on for the rest of the year. I mean, we shared the ball. We made shots. We played with pace. And all that, is predicated and started on the defensive end by getting stops, rebounding the ball, and doing what we do best, which is running.
So here, I know you only missed 2 games. So any rust there, or it didn't look like it?
Nah, no rust. Brew was messing with me all week, saying I wasn't really hurt. I just needed some time off to rest my legs. But I feel good.
Did you have any inkling that screen was there when you ran into him, and how much pain was involved? How did relive that for me? If you with the screen you ran into at LSU.
I don't want to talk about that. To be honest with you.
Why not?
I mean, it's gone. It's in the past. Like, why do we need to talk about that? Why not talk about the game we just played? We played a great game against a great opponent.
John Hill, we'll come to you.
What did you feel in the crowd today? Obviously, it's been a long time since Kentucky fans got to get that excited in a game. How was that for you guys?
Man, that was crazy. That was one of the best, probably the best experience I done had. That up there with the Madison Square Garden, just when we made that initial run to begin the game, my ears were like popping. I'm like, yo, this is loud. And it was crazy. And these fans that we have, they're loyal, they're supportive, and they definitely help us in every single way. So for them to show up like this and show out, it kind of got our juices flowing. And we made shots to help them, and keep that intensity, keep that loud, and the rough rocking. And we really, really needed that, and we always need that for sure.
Spencer, we'll go to you next.
The answer maybe nothing, but how aware of you guys were at Postgame Hall, and did you kind of sense something coming into the day with his passing?
Yeah, we were aware right before while we were doing our pregame stuff. He told us about the passing. I want to give out my prayers to his family, making sure that those guys are okay. But we did honor him by that initial tip. We went to the 1-3-1 that I think he was pretty famous for, the defense that he played. We did that for him, and definitely had an energy, a spirit in the air, that knowing that we're going to do something special tonight for a great coach who was here and will accomplish really good things and big things. Also, I think he won a national championship here as well.
Gary Graves, we'll go to you next.
Yeah, Sabir, what was the discussions like between you and Ty with Grace, the assist record, and then just his general play at the point while you were out?
Man, I just told Ty keep making plays. Not every play is for you to shoot, not every play is for you to pass, but that game, he was finding guys, and that was the right play. And guys made shots. Ty made great reads, and ultimately, as that game went on, his confidence grew. And I told him, like, keep making plays, like, don't stop. I don't care if you're tired. You got to keep going. You're going to win us the game. Your fight, your determination is going to win us the games, especially when I was out. So, I mean, he's growing. I mean, we're seeing him grow right before our eyes. Right in the middle of the games, he's being more efficient. He's being more assertive. He's being unselfish, and he's guarding. So he's getting better, and he's only going to continue to get better as well.
WBIR in Knoxville, go ahead.
Man, I know you're transferred coming into this season, but I think that seems a pretty big rivalry to meet your rivals at on your home court. What does it mean to you?
I mean, I think we had at Georgia, it obviously wasn't as extreme as it is here with Kentucky, Tennessee, but we had a little bit of that Tennessee game for us at Georgia was pretty big as well. So I kind of got the same feeling, but with 10,000, 12,000 more fans in the stadium, obviously makes it a lot more fun to beat a really good team, a ranked opponent at home, defend your whole court in front of a great fan base, and also to play well. We share the ball, we defend it, and that's what happens. And we made free throws.
Tucker, we'll circle back to you. So here, I know it's never just one thing, but what is maybe the number one thing, the top thing that can unlock you guys like this offensively? What can get it rolling in the way we saw it today?
I mean, I think we have the capability of playing like this, every game. I think ultimately it starts on the defensive end. If we're, playing as one unit, playing as a fist, talking, communicating, and like I said, that brings us to what we do best. In the summer, we spent 4 months, 6 months just running and flying, and obviously you guys are seeing how fast we can play. So for us to be able to play that fast, make shots, take care of the ball, make quality decisions, games like this are going to happen every once in a while. Obviously, we're still going to have to be able to win games and find ways to win when we're not shooting the ball as great as we are or as we did today. But more often than not, I think we're very capable of doing this.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Samir, you guys were shooting close to 80% with about 10 minutes left in this game. Have you been associated with a team before at any level where it just felt like you couldn't miss?
Yeah. I think I kind of go back to the first time I won a state championship, my junior year of high school. I mean, we had some guys who could really shoot the ball. I had a really good friend of mine who's at Indiana. He's shooting 40% from three over there. Got a couple guys who played the Division II and also the lower Division I level. So this is definitely, making shots at a higher level here. But, that year had a similar feeling for sure.
Spencer, go ahead.
Before you went out, you had a pretty much run the show completely offensively. And those two games kind of allowed other guys to be able to step up and make plays. How much better do you think that can make you guys in the long run now that you're back?
I mean, those guys gained a lot of confidence. They were given opportunities to own their performances, and they performed. I mean, I just came in, not, just trying to do what I do, and keep everybody else confident and happy. I mean, when you got guys shooting the ball away, Ty, Davion, Kellen, Oscar playing a really big, Keon, everyone who's contributing. I just come in and make their jobs easier and get them in spots where they're most comfortable.
Gary Tipton, we'll come back to you.
Yes, you made it three. How'd that feel? And how good of a three-point shooter do you think you can be, in time?
It was a big shot. It was during that run. We kind of, got that separation that we needed. Coach Cal always says just shoot balls. If you're open, shoot it, let it go, shoot the ball straight. He says when I shoot it straight, I can shoot with anyone, but when I don't shoot it straight, I'm not gonna make a lot. So I just got it, caught it where I caught the ball where it was and just let it go. Didn't really put much thought into it. And I think that's the biggest thing, knowing that I'm in the gym, repping it out, not thinking about it in the game, just let it fly, knowing that, trust your training, as like Coach Cal likes to say. And everything will even out from there. And, long term, if you put enough work in, everything's going to be, it's going to be great. You don't wake up one day and you're really good at something. You got to keep working. It doesn't change overnight. I didn't become a good passer just by, running, playing basketball. I put a lot of time and effort into breaking down what the defense could do. And same thing with my ball handling. So all of it's going to take time and, just stay confident, stay the course. And know that you can trust your training, know you're putting in quality work. Everything's going to play out for itself.
Kyle Tucker, finish us off. Does the team have to learn the knockout punch? How to, when you get a little gap, to make it a huge gap, but one that they can't come back from it. And do you think you guys have kind of figured that one out?
I think you do have to learn it a little bit, but I think part of it is us having veterans. We had an older team. We got guys who are locked in, who are bought into winning. And we got some young guys that want to win, and they're like sponges in practice. They want to learn. They're taking constructive criticism. We're holding each other accountable, and we want to compete. We want to win. So when you got that, Coach Cal also on us about finishing games. So at some point it's gonna click for us. And last this game for sure we knocked them out. And last game at Vanderbilt we got up. We didn't quite knock them out, but we guarded enough, made it a tough enough game defensively where we kind of kept that that lead at bay, that 28-point lead we had at Vanderbilt at bay. So we're getting there. We're getting better every game. We're watching film, and we're going to continue to get better.
Thank you so much, Xavier.
Thank you.
What do you think you guys proved today with this kind of performance?
I feel like we proved, not only to other people but to ourselves that we could play with anybody in the country. We always felt like we could play with anybody in the country, not us beating up on smaller schools and stuff like that. We always feel like we could compete with the best of the best, and I just felt like tonight we went out and showed that.
Cal Tucker, come to you next. What do you attribute most to sort of this offensive explosion? I mean, since Notre Dame, with the exception of that weird LSU game where so many of you guys were out, you guys have been kind of on fire offensively. What is there one thing you can pinpoint that really has unlocked you all offensively?
Really just us making shots and really executing. Players got to show up in games. And just at the end of the day, it's about players making shots really. And over these courses of practices and stuff, we've been doing a lot of shooting drills, making sure us shooters are shot ready, getting the ball out quick. And just really making shots. Shoot the ball straight, as Coach Cal always says. So as long as you shoot it straight, you got a chance. And we really just can't rely on Oscar, all the time to, try to carry us in big games. A lot of other guys, we all got to step up as a whole, and we all pinpoint that, and we all felt like that's what we did today. We all stepped up and executed.
John Clay, we'll come to you next.
What did you think of the crowd, and how much do you think, especially at the beginning of the game, did you guys feed off of that?
Say that one more time, please.
What did you think of the crowd?
Oh.
How much did you feed off of that, especially at the beginning of the game?
So like we come out, so like we go back to the locker room and come back about like 3 times. So like the first 2 times, we just warmed up as people were coming in. We're like, this is packed in, normally than what we see. So it was just like we already knew it was gonna be a really good game. Crowd was gonna be into it. And then the last time we came up to warm up right before tip off, we just seen a lot of people, and I was just looking up to the very top, and I seen people up there standing, screaming. So the crowd, they came in with a lot of intensity, and I just felt like we matched their intensity. They, like majority of the game, they were standing up, screaming. So like we could just feel how electrifying it was to not only myself but to everybody on the team. It just gives us real confidence boost knowing that we got a fan base behind us that believes in us.
Jerry Tipton, go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, I asked you the other day about getting that first shot and kind of building momentum. It seemed like all of you guys had that going today, and each half hitting shots early. How much do you think you guys kind of rode some momentum?
Yeah, early we came out, they scored first, I think, and then we came back, scored, and like we didn't want it just to be like they scored, we scored. So like we had to take some pride in defense. But offensively, we just got out in space and ran in transition, and Granddad got it started a little early. I mean, I think he made probably 3 threes in a row or something like that. So he got it started early for us. And once we know he's getting it going, we already know like we're all gonna feed off of his energy and we're all gonna, play how he's playing. Xavier was getting to the lane, pretty easy in the beginning of the game. And once he's doing that, that just opens up so much for others around us because he can always, he's a great passer. We all know that. So with him getting to the rim, finishing for himself, opens up the whole game for everybody else.
Did I hear you correctly, Granddad?
Yeah, Granddad Grady.
What does he think of that nickname?
He embraces it. He has to. He has no other choice. He has to. Like that's his name, and he understands that. He understands. He's one of the vets on the team, so he's gonna be Granddad for the rest of his life to me.
Tucker, go ahead. Yeah, I for you, is there something about these matchups, individual matchups? I mean, you mentioned, Chandler and obviously Tennessee is a ranked team. Is there just something for you personally that turns it up another level where you feel sort of competitive, an extra level of competitive fire? I know that you've got something to prove when you're going against somebody that is well thought of.
Not necessarily. I mean, each and every like game, I feel like I always want to win my matchup. I feel like the first fight is always with yourself. So I feel like if I could just get the mentality of like I'm gonna go out here and destroy whoever's in front of me on both sides of the ball, and I just feel like I have a really good game, even if I'm not scoring or anything like that. So I mean, I wasn't really looking at it as a big Kennedy Chandler versus Ty matchup. I was just looking at it as Kentucky versus Tennessee, a good little rivalry and Rupp. So I know we had to come out and, play aggressive and get the dub.
Do you have any other questions for Ty? If not, we'll let Ty go at this time. Thanks so much and congratulations on the win.